What's up, guys? It's Lay the House RM here, and we have finally made it to MLB opening day. It is Thursday, March 27th, and we have 14 games on the agenda for today, so a ton of action to bet on. In this video, I'm mainly going to focus on a few props that I will be giving away for free. That's generally how these videos work for me. I do a full write-up of the entire slate from our premium subscribers, and then I also share about a third of those plays for free on Discord and here on YouTube. So if you want to join the free Discord server, it is linked in the description below. My Discord is completely free. It is a totally open community. You could share any plays, you could share any picks, you could talk amongst yourself, do whatever you want in there. But then there is the paid section of the Discord where the premium subscribers see all of my plays and my longer write-ups and all of my analysis and things like that. So if you're interested in either of those, like I mentioned before, both are in the description below. So next, let's head over to RotoWire, take a look at the slate. There's 14 games on the slate. If you aren't familiar with RotoWire, this is a website you should go on every day to start your research. And go here and you can see all the starting pitchers for every single team and the expected lineups too. And when the lineups eventually do come out later in the day, for baseball, it's usually 2 to 3 hours before the game starts. So it's a lot better than NBA. You can place your bets early on in the day and you don't really have to worry about it too much. So I would stick to RotoWire here. And when the lineup is confirmed, this yellow right there where it says expected lineup will turn into a confirmed lineup, green notification essentially. So this is where I start my research every day. I take a look at the matchups. You could also look at the Vegas lines and everything here too, and even the weather because that matters in baseball as well. So for this video, I'm going to be focusing in on a few pitcher props, and let's just get right to it. So the first one I'm going to be on is this Jose Berrios over 16.5 pitching outs. So Berrios pitched in spring training a few weeks ago. I think it was last week. And he threw 5 1/3 innings and 84 pitches in his final start. So I'm assuming he's going to get his full normal workload between like 95 and 100 pitches, where he ended up most of the time last year is usually between like 90 and 100. So either way, he's going to have the full workload on this opening day. If I look at just home games last year for Berrios, he actually went over 16.5 outs in 12 out of 15 games, including one time against the Orioles where he actually went full 6 innings against them last year at home. So Jose Berrios over 16.5 pitching outs is going to be my first play on the slate. The second one I'm going to touch on here is Chris Sale over 5 strikeouts. If this wants to load for me for some reason, let's refresh it. There we go. Oh, it moved to 5.5 just as I'm speaking. So still very strong at 5.5, but not as strong as 5, but still a good play nonetheless. But anyways, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a full pitch count for opening day since he threw 85 pitches a couple weeks ago. His last start, I think he only threw like 70 or so, but the start before that, he threw 85. So I'm assuming all reins are going to be off him, and he's going to be able to throw a full workload against the Padres. Now, the Padres did strike out the least amount in the league last year against left-handed pitchers, but Chris Sale had a start against them back on May 20th, and he had 9 strikeouts against the Padres. And then, as you can see by this chart, in 26 out of his 29 starts last year, he had over 5.5 strikeouts, averaged 7.8 per game. So it's this fairly safe play that we're getting on Chris Sale. I'm assuming they are thinking he's not going to get his full pitch load based on this line, but looking at the trends and looking at how he did in spring training, I'm assuming he's going to get back up to that like 90 to 100 pitch mark that he needs to get these strikeouts against the Padres. So we're going to go take a look at another play here. This play I like a lot, actually. It is Justin Steele under 15.5 pitching outs. So as you can see, I'm really focusing in on these pitcher props, these pitching outs, and these strikeouts. I'm mainly just trying to predict what their workload is going to be for opening day. But we actually already have a start for Justin Steele. He pitched out in Japan. He threw 67 pitches in Japan. And so I don't think he's going to go over 80 pitches after just throwing 67 pitches in Japan. If we look at his full stats from last year, in games where he threw less than 79 pitches or 79 or less pitches, he actually went under 15.5 outs 7 out of 8 times. So there were 8 times last year where he threw less than 80 pitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and where was 8? There was 8 somewhere there. I think I was actually including this year. So this year's would be number 8. But anyways, he went under 15.5 outs in 7 out of those 8 games. So really good prop here on Steele. I think he's not going to be ramped up yet, and that's honestly just 5 full innings, and then they'll pull him and not bring him out for the 6th. So that's my third play that I'm going to be on here. And then I do want to share one hitter prop with you guys because I don't want to just give you guys all pitcher props for us. We're going to focus here on Ryan Mountcastle under 1.5 total bases. Unders in baseball are probably my number one played prop when it comes to baseball outside of the pitcher props. So basically, the way I do it is I do a ton of pitcher props, the outs, the strikeouts, the earned runs, the walks, the hits, all of those. And then for the hitters, I do a lot of unders on like bases, hits, runs, RBI, just a ton of unders for the most part. Occasionally I'll mix in some overs, but when I do mix in an over, I'm generally doing like a big home run parlay or some sort of ladder of some sorts, because when a player is going over, they're generally bringing RBIs with it, and it's usually a bigger game for them. But anyways, Ryan Mountcastle, he has gone 2 for 22 in his career against Jose Berrios. Although both hits that he had against Berrios were home runs, I'm willing to just go against that. I mean, we just really need to avoid 1 to 2 at bats against the bullpen for Mountcastle if Berrios doesn't go the full 5-6 innings that we're expecting him to. And so as long as he doesn't hit a home run against the bullpen, I think this Mountcastle under 1.5 total bases is a really good play today. So that's going to wrap up some of my free plays for today. Like I mentioned before, if you want to sign up for my premium, you'll get a whole write-up article with a bunch more plays on it, a lot more analysis, a little bit more organized in this video because I don't do a lot of baseball stuff. But, join the Discord too. It's free to join. The link in the description below. And best of luck on your plays tonight for opening day.